Diamondbacks win by a score of 4-0. The team combining for a 5-hit shutout of the Colorado Rockies to take their third series out of the last four. Hello there, I am Michael McDermott from the AZ Snake Pit, and we're going to be recapping game number 29 of the regular season, in which the Diamondbacks rode great starting pitching in a big fourth inning in order to take big third inning, I should say, to take a comfortable win from the Rockies and improve their record to 15-14. So obviously, I mentioned in the last recap it was going to be a low-scoring game because German Marquez has pitched well against the Diamondbacks at Chase Field, and Zac Gallen's pitching. He pitches well no matter where you play him. But anyway, Gallen, I thought he had his B stuff today. Fastball was a little bit down. Changeup was the changeup wasn't ineffective. Wasn't as effective a pitch. I think he threw a lot fewer than normal, and he relied mostly on that cutter and a little bit of curve. I got some big outs on that curveball as well. He ended up what I consider his B stuff command. He was a little bit shaky early. In fact, he gave up 2 hits in the first inning, which would be 2 of 5. And the only chance the Rockies had of scoring against him the entire game. But he got strikeout and a ground out, I believe, to end the first. And that was pretty much it from the Rockies getting a chance to score for this entire ball game. Anyway, after Gallen settled in, ended up finishing the game 7 innings, scoreless, 5 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts. That's an ace-like stat line, even if he didn't have ace-like stuff. And then Gallen continues to be great. ERA down to 0.95 after 5 starts. So yeah, it's like Zac Gallen's obviously on the early track to hit the All-Star game this year. And part of the reason why the Diamondbacks have fared so well record-wise has been their starting pitching. Their last 9 starts, the starting rotation has allowed an ERA of 0.87. Stat you can see on Twitter. I think I retweeted that, but nonetheless, good starting pitching will carry you through this game, even if they're pitching a little bit above their heads. The way that how consistent Merrill Kelly and Zac Gallen have been all this season, it's no surprise the D-backs are winning their starts. Anyway, the offense was more opportunistic, more so than good. In this case, they were able to get take advantage of the couple run scoring chances they had. It was a 0-0 game going in the third. D-backs get a double from Marte with 1 out. Geraldo Perdomo draws a walk, which puts Ahmed in a similar situation he was the night before. Runners in scoring position. And then last night he didn't do so well. This time, a little bit more forceful ground ball. Hits a hard ground ball back up the middle. That scores Marte from second base. And then Jose Herrera, who hasn't done much offensively at the plate, biggest hit of his career so far, hits a hard ground ball just inside the first base line for a 2-run double. One of those things where you're glad to see the bottom of the order provide some run scoring opportunities there and taking advantage of that because they haven't had much down the bottom this year. Then after that 3-0, that one, Zac Gallen dealing at that point, you might as well, if you were the Rockies, that 3-0 lead probably looked like 30-0 the way that Zac Gallen's been pitching this year. And Gallen has only given up 3 runs this season in 4 starts, and that's what you're staring down a 3-0 hole against a pitcher that's only given up 3 runs all season. But the D-backs made sure to tack on another one. Alek Thomas in that 5th inning led it off. First major league hit, a ringing double off the wall in left center field. I think it's a case where if he adds a little bit more muscle weight and he gets a little bit more loft in that swing, that's in a home run. I think he's got some opposite field power as he gets older in him. And Thomas bangs off the wall. Sacrifice bunt by Jose Herrera. Great play. Instead of a situation where you don't necessarily get penalized with sac bunt versus a ground ball to the right side. I thought that was a good baseball play to try and tack on one more run there. In a 3-0 game, going up 4-0 is huge. Because that means you don't have to rely on your back end guys to get the job done late in the game. So then sac bunt by Herrera. Then coming up was Cooper Hummel, and Hummel's had some rough at bats of late. And he fell behind early in the count in this one, but then German Marquez thought he could pick off one too many runners, and he threw it wide at Cron's glove. Cron is a good hitter, but he's not necessarily the best athlete at first base. That ball gets by him. So Thomas scores easily from third, and Hummel takes second. Oh, wait, no, it's after Hummel drew a walk. I should give him credit. He drew a critical walk in that inning because it forced the pickoff throw. Hummel takes second. In a situation where Pavin Smith has struggled against Marquez, I think it's because the one hole in his swing is that back foot slider, and it was exploited again today. So before Smith strikes out, you got the run scoring. It's like, okay, you can't screw up here. The other team already did. And that was it from a run scoring chance. They did have a couple. I think they had one more decent chance. That was with 2-1, and Christian Walker swung a 2-0 breaking ball in the 7th inning, in the 6th inning against Marquez. I don't remember how long he went. But spiking lit up Marquez. D-backs weren't able to make Marquez's day a short one. It's kind of the as good as the team has played record wise. Kind of the shortcoming. Their shortcomings is they don't necessarily know when to step on the opponent's throat when they have them down. Kind of the situation. They had Marquez on the ropes in the 5th inning, and Walker swung in a bad pitch in a 2-0 count. In a situation where you could have put the ball game away right there. But that's the only thing that worries me. This is a team that doesn't quite put teams away, kind of thing. That was the same thing in that came up to bite them in the Marlins series, although they were able to sweep it. Cardinals series it was evident in the 4th game. It's just one of those things they need to clean up. They need to put teams away, but they did put them away today. But that was more on the strength of the pitching. This one, the offense didn't blow this one quite open. But when Gallen was done, the bullpen made sure there was no rally this time. Noe Ramirez gets 4 outs, no base runners. And it's like, he actually looks good when he's not overused. And that was the situation where I thought he struggled in the Miami series because he was tired. And then Ramirez gets 4 easy outs in the game. Joe Mantiply in for the final 2 outs. Everyday Joe gets the job done. Gets his 2 guys, and I gotta say that Mantiply has been probably the most consistent reliever to this point in 29 games. Seems like when he comes in, you feel good about the team's chances of getting a 0 in that inning. Mantiply gets the job done. Game's over. And D-backs, of course, have won 9 of their last 13 games in the last 4 series, including 9 of their last 12. Well, 9 of the last 12 because obviously they lost the first game in the Dodgers series. But since then, 9-3. Those 9 wins accounts for almost more than 60% of their win total on the season. So you're hoping they're riding a hot streak, maybe keep it going as long as they can. Marlins come in next. They swept them. Probably not predicting a sweep. Marlins have too much pitching. I think maybe they can get scratch out a series win. I think if they can keep scratching out, as that confidence grows. When they haven't lost a series in their last 4, like winning makes everything better. Although, you gotta approach the rest of the season with guarded optimism. The rotation is definitely better, but I feel like this team is 1 injury or 2 away from bottoming out, and that concerns me a bit. This team can stay healthy relatively to July. I'm pretty sure this team, if they can stay healthy through the end of June, I think they'll have a little bit more depth in the second half of the season when Nelson's had more seasoning in AAA. Dre Jamison finally makes the adjustment up there, and we see other performances the top pitching prospects this team has. Right now, this is a team that's being carried by their top 3 starters. Gardner and his peripheral defying ERA, Zac Gallen posting a dominant start every time he takes the mound, and Merrill Kelly being consistent, giving them consistently good starts all year.